Hi friends, WizD here, welcome to a new Raid Shadow Legends video. We're here today to talk about the August fusions that they just announced, Skorid half spawn, whether he's really good or not, should you go for him or not, it's going to be a traditional fusion. There are a couple of things in his kit that made me wonder about stuff that they are hiding or that we'll see in the next few days from the content creators on the test server, so let's dig into it. On the screen here, you're seeing the champion and his kit behind me. Probably you've seen a couple of videos going through his kit in detail, but just to make it easy to understand his kit, this is an attack-based magic champion. You see here, attack and magic, and he should be doing a lot of damage. We don't know the multipliers yet. We'll see them in the next few days from the content creators. And the main thing is that other than doing straightforward damage, he's just a very plain nuker or damage dealer. He applies Hicks, so he needs accuracy for that. But the main thing here is that, where does that shine in Hydra? Everybody's saying that he's a straightforward damage dealer for Hydra. If his multipliers are really high, he might be used in Arena as well. So he just places Hicks and does damage. That's all in his kit. It's very simple, it's very straightforward. Sometimes you like those straightforward kits, and sometimes you don't. Sometimes in some of the skill description, they made sure that he plays the Hicks so he can do additional damage or whatever. This is not even one of them. So if you're using him for straightforward damage, not for the Hicks, though there are so many other champions there, except for one factor, this is the secret I'll talk about in a minute. You can like pair him with someone else applying the Hicks for him. So if you want to think about, if you go back to my Hydra guide, I'll link it in the description. Probably it's a good idea for this one, just to figure out how he can fit into your Hydra team. In your Hydra team, those 6 champions fighting Hydra, you need each one of those champions to be doing 2 or 3 roles, so that you can fill all the roles that are required for the 6 different Hydra heads. With what he's doing here, he's filling the role for 2, the Hex champion and the damage dealer there. Being able to attack all enemies on 2 skills of his 3 skills is also good, because yes, the Hex will like make you target the mischief head, which is one of the main benefits of Hex and Hydra, but doing AoE damage all the time on severed head or non-severed heads will increase the amount of damage that he does over time in long Hydra fights. So he's good as damage dealer for Hydra. That's the expectation. Is he crazy good or just mid-tier? That's what we'll find out in the next few days from the content creators who will test him on the test server. The big secret, the revelation here, I'm not sure if anyone talked about it yet. I think Nobraids hinted it a little bit. This A2 attacks one enemy, then attacks all enemies. Where is it? Where is it? It repeats the attack on all enemies under Hex. So this is a Trunda-like skill from how it reads. Is it coded the same way? We will see. If it's coded like, what was the other rare that they nerfed so he won't do as much damage as Hydra? Madman, probably. But the main thing here is that if this is actually coded like Trunda, and most probably it will be, they are giving everyone a fusion. If you didn't pull a Trunda and you want to do that crazy damage that Trunda does on, like, depending on how good your gear is. Like, if your gear is not crazy, this can be your high damage dealing team for normal. And then you can have your proper teams with Acrisias or Royal Guards or Husks or Newts for the harder difficulties, basically. Hard, Brutal, and Nightmare. They are giving you a damage dealer that can deal an insane amount of damage on normal to help everyone. Instead of actually fixing Trunda or nerfing that ability on Hydra, they are just giving us all a champion that can do the same. So nobody will complain about it anymore, except for those who won't go for the fusion. So that's the only interesting thing in his kit, that Trunda-like A2. And it can be interesting enough if you don't have a Trunda. But the thing is that if you don't have a Trunda, if you're not at that level of like late game yet, do you even care about doing insane damage to Hydra? I'm not sure if people like will buy into this or not. So what's my verdict regarding this champion? Straightforward damage dealer, might have insane multipliers. Probably in the videos, if he turns out to be really that good, I'm not expecting him to be. I will release a video probably by Thursday when the fusion starts, saying that yes, I like changed my opinion a little bit, everyone should go for him. But unless something changed my mind, he doesn't have enough in his kit to just like force us to go into, or encourages the majority of players to go into a traditional fusion with rares into epics, epics into the champion, the harder kind of fusion, where if you miss a single rare, you'll miss the fusion. So yeah, no, I'm not buying into it. Probably I'll be setting this one out unless you convince me otherwise from testing from other content creators or whatever. If he's the hardest hitting damage dealer in the whole game, maybe that would be a justification to go for him. But other than that, he's very plain, he's very vanilla, straightforward like. So no, my recommendation for like mid-game and earlier game players, if you're struggling to which fusions you will choose because you want to save your resources, this is not the one to go for. I've shared with you in a video a little bit earlier that my free-to-play is ready to do fusions. I won't go for this one. So that's my simple and straightforward verdict for this one. Might be a good damage dealer that applies Hex to Hydra if you're missing those roles, but probably if you're missing those roles, you'll be missing like several other things that might be more important for you. Just a straightforward damage dealer who applies Hex, like designed for Hydra, can be used in Arena, or wave-based contents because he does AoEs depending on how much damage he does, but I don't think this is a fusion that the majority of players should go for. The other secret that I think Plarium might be hiding behind this is that we didn't have clan siege and everything, we didn't have a proper content drop for the majority of the player base during this summer as they always do. Like just check Call of Arbiter, yes, they released that series, but then we had with it Emek, Artak, and Noot. 3 amazing champions there. Adeline ended, they gave everyone Ninja because looks like they're running out of ideas. I'm not sure if they're squeezing the last bit of that collab that they did with Ninja. But the main thing here is that usually during the summer they do 2 big content release pieces. One of them is PvP focused for players who want to fight each other, basically to fight other players. We have 3v3, we have live arena, and this year we have clan siege. But then the majority of the player base, they don't even care about PvP activities. They care about other stuff like interesting champions, new PvE content that they play on their own in the game or with their clan, but it doesn't relate to fighting another clan or other players in the game. So that sort of the second piece of content for this summer either didn't drop yet or Plarium is running dry. That's why they just gave us Ninja as sort of like an easy solution. Everyone is happy, everyone got Ninja now, so nobody's complaining, and we don't have to think about something like more complex to give to the players there. So we're either expecting another piece of content to drop that's PvE focused. Maybe the next fusion after Skorid will be a really great one. Maybe they will drop another like a free limited time promo login champion or something. We'll see. We'll see how this will go. To wrap up, we're still in waiting mode. This fusion is not the one that the majority of players should go for, at least in my opinion, and something else might drop after it or during the fusion even. Let's wait and see. If I change my opinion, I'll let you know. Thank you for tuning in today. I'll see you next time. Bye.